What happens when your future looks like your past, but it's still your future? Oh, that's a riddle. We're on some sort of role-playing adventure here today. And we're going to roll 20 for intuition. I think I got that right. Hey, everybody, I'm Napzok. This is a Monday morning show. Chance for me to slow down, scream a little less than I do on the blathering, scream a little less at Republicans like I do on Culture, Faith, and Politics with Pat Conkey. You should be watching live Tuesday night. Check out our new video, just up, The Real History of the Rapture. No, we're not talking Star Wars. The Game of Thrones. It's a chance for me to sit with you and look ahead to my week and hopefully find something in there that's like a lesson that we all can maybe take together. I love gathering with you. Couldn't do it last week. I was traveling. I was trying. I got home in time to maybe put something out, and I was like, or we don't. Or we just relax for 20 minutes, and that's what it is. Anyways, big week for me. I'm returning to Comic-Con. Now, I've been, outside of last year, I've been to San Diego for Comic-Con outside of the COVID year, but 2021 returned. But I haven't been to Comic-Con, meaning having a badge, crossing the train tracks into the convention center. I haven't done that in a very long time. So I'm excited about that. But I've been thinking change is a big thing for me here, not only this channel, but in my life, and especially this show. And if it seems like it's a dominant topic, that's because it is, because I'm not where I want to be. And 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that's just kind of human existence. And sometimes it's 1 step forward and 9 steps back. And change and moving forward is on my mind this week. I had a great chance to go see Dead Media, filmed by my Force Center co-host, longtime pal, Joseph Scrimshaw, his first feature film. A lot of short films under his belt, a lot of theater writing, theater directing under his belt, but he took it all, put it to feature film, and so proud of him, and it's a fun watch. It's a thematically rich movie, and it's a horror film, and it's, as Dead Media would imply, it's about physical media, and it's a big homage to DVDs. It's a big homage to the year 1999, and loved it. Loved my time watching it. It was a total event. But that's kind of one of the big themes, and Joseph talked about it in the Q&A after. Like, there's a lot of characters, young and old, not just the older Gen X character, the uncle who can't move forward and can't let go of the past, can't let go of 1999, can't let go of the things he used to have, or the things he used to be, or the dreams he used to have. You can't let go of that and accept where he is and move forward and maybe accomplish some of those things he wanted, or accomplish maybe one of those dreams, and just not live in the past. But there's also young characters in the film, youngins who go on journeys as well. And all these characters can't move forward. It's a great theme. Great backdrop for a horror film. And that just kind of hit me right where I'm at today, because time marches on. We're all going forward. But I have an interesting situation this week where I am returning to Comic-Con, which is familiar grounds, San Diego Comic-Con, and I love it, and I have a lot of fun there, and a lot of memories, and I'll talk about them here on this channel. You guys can ask me about them, and I'll tell the stories I've told 1,000 times. Drunk at 3 a.m. in San Diego in a 7-Eleven, getting loaded Doritos, me and Josh McCouga dropping pizza on a sidewalk, getting into parties, hanging out with George R. R. Martin, but really not, just watching him eat nachos and having just a blast. And I can tell those stories, and I can share them, and there's videos out there, the Daddy Don't Slap Me videos. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't worry about it. So I love it all, and I'm excited to return, but I'm returning under different circumstances. I'm going with someone new who has their own kind of version and vision of Comic-Con that they enjoy, and we've got to combine the 2 tactics, the 2 strategies, the 2 likes, dislikes. That's exciting, but also can be nerve-wracking, right? Am I going to piss this person off? Am I too stuck in my ways? And I have found myself already doing that. There's one thing to have travel tips, right? Like, I spent 2.5 days in Paris, as you all know, and I'm an expert. Ask me. I'll tell you. But there's one thing to have, like, hey, here's a good idea. Go here. Here's what I like to do. Here's what I'm comfortable. Here's a thought. There's that. But then there's also what has been my reaction of, oh, I don't do that. I don't stay in that place. I don't travel that far. I don't go over there. I have a comedy show, by the way, if you're in San Diego, July 23rd, 7 p.m. at the Yellow Door. Jen Sturgeon, Mark Ellis headlining, co-headlining, and me hanging out, having some fun, doing some comedy there, too. Come on out. Tickets on my website. Ads and ad read. So I have procedures and things and a way of approaching a comedy show, but it's not like that. It's similar to some of the stuff I'm talking about. This is why if it feels sometimes like a lather, rinse, repeat, it is, because I'm still dealing with it and you're still dealing with it. We all continue to change and who we are and our wiring, it's always going to come up. And we talked recently about, the old system. The old system, this is just a couple weeks ago, the old system doesn't want to die. And so just when I thought that was a lesson from a couple weeks ago, it's a lesson today. It's a lesson this week. And I'm sure, and I hope it's a lesson for all of you as well. I'm going to a familiar place, a place I know well, San Diego Comic-Con. I'm excited. It's silly. And it represents a lot. I think I've mentioned this before. That's the new title of the show. I think I've mentioned this before. San Diego Comic-Con specifically, but also just conventions in general, and Star Wars Celebration would definitely be probably up there, number 2 on the list. But I had gone to San Diego first. I didn't go years ago like a lot of my friends. I didn't go when it was a little smaller. I started going in 2013 when I was working with the Schmoes, and that was just me, Christian, and Mark. And then by 2014, a bigger crew's going. 2015, 2016, I'm Screen Junkies, all this stuff. And I was still in the day job up until 2015's Comic-Con. In fact, Comic-Con 2015 was like 2 weeks before I left the day job. And Comic-Con always represented this bigger world. These people I loved working with, this new people I was meeting, the cool nerds I always wanted to be around. So I attach a lot of it. I attach a lot of the new life I got, the change I make then, I attach to it as a life I wanted, as a life I enjoyed, made all these memories, and then they kind of went away. I always joke I'm part of the old internet. What I mean to say is that those stories, those things in my head of all this time at Comic-Con are 11, 12, 10, at best 6 years ago. It's a long time ago. And I'm not stuck in the past, but I think I've connected so much of my, hey, this is the new me, the one that I made the big changes with in 2015, the new jobs, the new career, the new pursuits, the new risk. Comic-Con was one of those places where every year you got to kind of go check in. You got to check in on how you were doing. You were in the rat race too. What panels did you have? What parties did you get into? What more powerful people did you know? It's easy to get sucked into it. And none of it was done with like this fake Hollywood sheen. It was fun. I wish you all could have experienced it. I don't regret any of that. I didn't get lost in that. It was just, that's what happened. And then I stepped away from it. 2 years ago, I was there with Joe Starr. We were there for basically one day, did a comedy show. We were there Friday, walked around. We didn't get into a party Thursday night, a party for fandom for a company that, even though I didn't work direct, well, I do work for fandom. I take money from them. What am I saying? But because of Screen Junkies and Movie Fights, like we kind of helped build this party. We couldn't get in. We were on the list, but they wouldn't let us in. And there was this kind of like, this ain't ours anymore. This ain't ours anymore. Well, here I am. I'm going back and it's familiar territory. But what I am having to face is, again, new ways of doing things, going with a new person, meeting different people, going to different parties, watching different kinds of panels, spending time on the floor, something I haven't done in a long time. I'll be in different circles, and I'll have some friends there, and I'll check in, I'll get drinks, I'll say hi when I can. But it's going to be different. It's going to be new. And up until this moment, I've been slightly nervous. It's not what I am familiar with. It's not how I would approach it in the past. And all the familiar things, even the comedy show I'm going to. Every time I perform comedy down there, it's been at the American Comedy Company. Great club. Mark Ellis would always put on his Thursday show, and you just know it. I know how to get there, when to get there. I know where to walk into the back. I know what drinks to get. I know what a waiter's going to come take my orders. It's familiar territory, comfort zone. I'm going to a new club this year, Yellow Door. Never been there. Looks good. Should be a fun show. Hope you all come out. But that's new even. Even something familiar is new. Everything about this familiar landscape, San Diego Comic-Con, is absolutely brand new. And as I had in my brain this movie from Joseph Scrimshaw, Dead Media, which characters are struggling to move forward on big and small ways. And one of the main characters is, like I said, an older uncle who holds on to 1999. And by the way, 1999 is a great year. Great year in film, great year in pop culture, great year in my life. Started some things, the groundlings, all that kind of stuff. And I don't have a lot of the markers other people do for change. If I can confess, one of my, I don't say darkest secrets, but one of the things that kind of pokes at me. Maybe out there you'll connect with it. But the main character in this film, one of the main characters in this film, Joseph, had some of the same things, said some things that I was dealing with and have dealt with for a while. I don't have kids. I don't own a house. Never been married. Some dogs. I have some collectibles. I used to have a PS1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Now I have a 5. I don't have a lot of things that mark time other than a mirror. Other than people I know getting older. And people I know passing on. But on a day-to-day thing, looking out of these eyes, I feel the same. So therefore, it's so much easier for me, I think, to hold on to a good old year, 1999, or to hold on to San Diego Comic-Con 2014, which was different. And so that's one of the things that was discussed in the movie. Now, I'm not saying I want to go back and get all those things, or I don't say I don't want all those things now. Maybe a house, no kids, but I don't have anything around me that I look at and go, oh, this really is something different. My life is completely different, even though it is. And you might be experiencing that too. You look, there's so many changes, but sometimes when you look out of these eyes, it doesn't feel like that. So it's easier to fall to that default system that we were talking about a couple weeks ago and stay put. But I'm blessed with an opportunity this week to go to familiar territory, to do some of the things possibly that I've loved and missed, but to do it as a brand new situation, it's a brand new opportunity, and brand new experiences. It's like going to a restaurant that you love and finally ordering the different meal. We all do that, right? Oh, that's my favorite restaurant. What you really mean to say is, I like the steak Diane there. That's what I get. I like the bread rolls, and I like the steak Diane and a cheesecake. That's the only thing I ever get there. And we all tell ourselves, tonight I'll order something new. And we never really do. Until you do. And then you go, hot damn, now I can add a soup. I don't mean to try to pull something so deep out of something so silly, but it's what's on my mind this week. I'm kind of wonderfully nervous. I'm nervous to go to a place I know so well and bring my experiences and bring my knowledge and bring my shortcuts. We can walk over there and get there faster. We can go do that. We can get food here. Yeah. I got some advice. I got some things I've experienced there, but I don't need to hold on to it. I got to stop fighting it. I got to stop saying, when faced with, hey, okay, so we're going to go do this and we got to go do this. Oh, I don't really, I haven't done that before. That instinct to put up the stops, to put up the brakes and stop forward momentum. Don't let yourself stop going forward. This week, think of that. If there's a little part of your life that you're stuck on, if there's a little tiny thing you're holding on to, if there's a part of your identity that you think is only back there, we're all moving forward this week. Oh, I'll talk about change again. It'll probably be next week. Talk about the lessons learned, and I'll celebrate the changes. I'll celebrate the new steps forward. I'll celebrate the differences while still retaining who I am. But it's a good reminder, because just when you think you got a handle on it, life throws you a situation to say, you think you've changed? You think you're ready to move forward? All right, let's see what you do with this. And I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it. I hope to see some of you down there if you're going to be in San Diego Comic-Con. Say hi. Go to a comedy show. Try to find me on the floor. I'll be around. I'll be around. All right. That's it. We did it. We had a lot of fun. The week has started. I got a busy one before. I got to pack. Is it going to be humid? Is it going to be hot? What is it going to be? What do I wear at night? What do I wear to parties? I don't know. All part of the fun. Thanks for listening. I hope part of this, some of this, a little bit of this connected with you. Let me know. We'll see you next time here on a Monday Morning Show.